Lila.
Hi.
I'm so glad we have this time together. Since the Center for Yoga has opened, I think when it has reopened, one of the most popular things, and I haven't been here, but I intend to be here soon, that we've had is your sound baths. Everybody just is overjoyed when they come, and then they get their friends to come. Can you explain to me what a sound bath is?
Yeah, absolutely. So a sound bath is a music meditation. And I think what's so lovely, I think most people, what they love the most about the sound bath is that it's a form of meditation that's it's digestible. It's very easy to do, especially if you're a person who maybe hasn't meditated or practiced yoga or had a practice that was sort of where you're having to show up regularly, even if it's uncomfortable. When you lie down for a sound bath, so we'll start at the beginning, a sound bath is a lying down practice. You come, you wear your pajamas or you wear comfortable clothes, you lay down, and then the sound healer plays different instruments, and the instruments are tuned to the frequencies that help trigger the parasympathetic nervous system in the brain, the rest and digest system. So this is a crystal quartz singing bowl, and you'll hear, when you hear this sound, it's a really powerful sound.
Oh, I just want to close my eyes and bathe in
Yes.
it. I get it, sound bath.
Exactly, it's just like that, and you let the sound wash over you, and it takes you on whatever journey you're going to go on. A lot of people fall asleep, a lot of people go into this place that's somewhere in between being awake and being asleep, and they leave feeling like they've been refreshed and that they've gotten some real nourishment. And that's the whole point, is it's an hour where you just get to lay there and receive. And it's so rare in our daily lives that we give ourselves an hour where we don't have to do anything, where we don't feel guilty about doing it. So, we have sounds like that, and then we have sounds like the koshi chimes. And they each trigger a different response in our brain and our bodies and our hearts, and they all serve a different purpose. This one, for me, is to help us reconnect to the feeling of joy.
Yeah. I think I'm going to get one of those for my house.
Yeah.
That is really nice.
Yeah, so it's just a really nice time for yourself, with yourself.
Is there a background or a history to sound baths? I've heard of the Japanese forest bathing, but what is the background to a sound bath?
It is really similar, I think, in the idea of bathing in nature. Sound, frequencies of sound are occurring in nature all the time. The pitch of the frequency of the planetary rotation, or the pitch of the frequency of the roll of an ocean wave, all those noises happen in nature. And when you sit by the ocean and you hear the sound, you are calmed. Your nervous system softens because you are reconnecting. And I think that really is where sound healing came from. Just like moon bathing or forest bathing, we're attempting to reconnect with nature and to reconnect with the rhythms inside us that are governed by nature. So, you know what, to be honest with you, I don't know where sound healing began or how it started, but I know that it is a very ancient practice. We've been chanting and singing mantra, which is another form of sound healing, for as long as we can know. And so finding the sound healing within our own instruments is another form of sound healing, and it's been one that's been used for forever. So it's just a reconnection with nature and reconnecting to our rhythms, our natural biorhythms.
Well, interesting that you say reconnecting to the rhythms. I know that you use astrology and have studied and applied the Ayurvedic, other forms of connecting to the rhythms in nature. How does astrology affect your practice, your way that you perceive life?
Yeah, it's all connected. It's all one truth. It's just different lenses with which to view the world. When you look in an Ayurvedic perspective, there's Pitta, Kapha, and Vata energetics. And those energetics are present in the world around us. They're present in our own bodies. They're present in our food. They're present in our music, whatever. Right? They're present all around us. And the energy we're taking in affects us. The energy we had in ourselves coming in affects us. It's the same thing with an astrological chart. Where we have our planets placed is what we came in with. It affects us. And the energies of the planets and the lens that they are shown through, right, the house and the sign, it's, whole thing, but it affects us in the same way. And they are both systems to help us navigate life, to kind of understand what we're predisposed to, and to help us make sense of it a little bit more, to prepare ourselves as best we can for things that we might be prone to or tendencies we might have, and also to help us understand each other and the world around us a little bit better. So they're all lenses, and it's the same with yoga, it's the same with, breath work, it's the same with mantra. They're all tools to help us understand a little bit better. And it's wonderful when you start adding more tools, because it's like learning a bunch of different languages. There's a bunch of different words to say the same thing. It gives you more variety in your life.
You certainly have a diverse variety. I know the astrology, the yoga, the sound baths, you're an actress.
Yes.
And a singer. So I see a life, kind of rich with enthusiasm and passion. I'm interested in the Ayurvedic perspective. You mentioned, Kapha, Pitta, and Vata. And on your website, there's a recipe for khichdi.
Yes.
Since all these different modalities, food is one, can you explain how the Ayurvedic system uses food and maybe what khichdi is?
Yes, absolutely. So according to Ayurveda, the food that you eat, every energetic that you're taking in, so the food that you eat, the clothes that you wear, the conversations you have, the products you put on your physical body, the energetics at play in your workplace, in your relationships, they all affect you. And whatever energetic the thing has is going to be transferred to you. So for example, if you eat a spicy pepper, you are going to feel spicy. If you eat a dry cracker, your mouth is going to feel dry. And that goes for everything in life. A person can also be dry, right? A conversation can be dry, a relationship can be dry. So whatever you're taking in, you experience. And so that's sort of, and so the idea behind khichdi is that it is a mono diet when you're doing it as a cleanse. And there's different ways to have khichdi. You can have it with lots of yummy seasonings and spices and all sorts of things. It's really an enjoyable meal. And of course, I am not the authority on khichdi or Ayurveda. Of course, this is all stuff that I've learned from my Indian Ayurvedic doctor, because of course this comes from India. But what she's imparted to me is that khichdi is a way of giving your body a break. So when you do a week-long khichdi cleanse, it's a mono diet. And so you are eating just this food for a week. And it is quite a test of strength, of determination. Really puts into perspective how you view food, how you use food as a crutch perhaps, how you use it as a comfort, and maybe sometimes that's good. It's not always a bad thing. But khichdi itself, what it's made of is mung beans, basmati rice, ghee, which is clarified butter, and then spices. And that's those are like the main ingredients of khichdi. And then you can add whatever vegetables you want. Usually when you're cleansing, they're cruciferous vegetables, because those are, they help in aiding the whole digestive process. And the idea behind khichdi is that it's easy to digest. It's easy on your system. I know in a lot of Indian families, they use it sort of like as a chicken soup. Right, it's like what they eat when they aren't feeling well, or when they feel like their body just needs
something that will ground them.
Yes, exactly.
It occurs to me just how diverse your background is. From yoga to the astrology. The influences that we have cosmologically, and the sound bath, the vibrations, and the breath work, and just well-being. You know, what are all the different modalities that we can bring into well-being? So I have a little surprise for you.
Oh.
When I read that you had khichdi and I saw the recipe you had, I love khichdi, and I've been making khichdi myself. It's one of the go-tos when I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with things. So this week has been a tricky week, and I happened to make khichdi.
Oh my God.
So there's a little taste for you back there.
Ooh.
And maybe just in closing, we can, my khichdi is not one that we would use.
It's right behind me. It was really, truly, I was like, is it I get it. I understand everything. Yep.
I brought you a little treat.
Oh, khichdi's
So,
the
my khichdi is spicy.
Yes. But that makes sense because you have so much vata in your constitution. You need a little pitta, a little spice to get you going.
Yeah, and I think, honestly enough, my father was a research professor. He was very serious. There was very little demonstrative. And so I needed kind of some spice in my life to find that.
Yeah, totally.
So that's for you to take home.
Thank you. Oh, let's try it together. Cheers.
Okay. And I just want to thank you for everything that you do here, and for being part of our future. I know that the sound baths are really popular. I'm looking forward to being in one, and I see us having more ritual journeys here for the community, for everybody as we kind of surface and recover from the last 2 years. So thank you.
Thank you. Being here is truly the greatest gift. I feel so fortunate, and sharing sound healing, sharing Ayurveda, sharing astrology, it's just such a gift. I love it. Can't wait. More rituals.
Thank you.
Cheers.